They don't execute these types of search warrants until they believe they have an ironclad case.
Put no padlock on my house. Ain't nobody never took no car. I still own all my houses, still own all my cars.
Respect.
Still got all my faculty, still sharp, still smart.
Floyd Mayweather has made a lot of money in his career. It appears he also owes a lot of money too. The boxer apparently owes $22.2 million in taxes from 2015. According to ESPN, the tax balance was unpaid as recently as March 6th.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., long hailed as one of the greatest boxers to ever step into the ring, has been more than just a legendary fighter. He's been a cultural phenomenon, known for his extravagant lifestyle, mountains of wealth, and constant controversies. Whether inside the ropes or in the headlines, Mayweather has always found a way to stay at the center of attention. But in 2025, a new, shocking chapter began to unfold, one that could potentially shatter the empire he's built over decades. Allegations from an FBI investigation surfaced, bringing forth evidence that some experts believe could finally topple Mayweather's reign of fame and fortune. As these serious claims came to light, Mayweather's fiery response instantly went viral, igniting fierce debates, media storms, and intense curiosity worldwide.
What I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never gonna stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You wanna get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that, it was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC, I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart, I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Before diving into the FBI's findings, it's essential to understand the complex world Floyd Mayweather created. Born and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Mayweather turned professional in 1996, and by the early 2000s, he was already a global boxing icon. His immaculate undefeated record, razor-sharp technique, and unparalleled boxing IQ made him a dominant force. But his life outside the ring often rivaled his in-ring success. Mayweather became infamous for his over-the-top spending, public feuds, and repeated brushes with the law. Despite his legal troubles and polarizing antics, he continued to amass staggering amounts of wealth, headlining record-breaking pay-per-view events. Yet as the years passed, his financial empire began to show cracks. From mounting legal issues to whispers of mismanaged wealth, Mayweather's story became one of both glory and looming downfall.
As the years went by, Mayweather's financial success was often overshadowed by his frequent run-ins with the law.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
Yes.
he became the villain. And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose. That's it. He became the villain.
Before diving into the FBI's findings, it's essential to understand the complex world Floyd Mayweather created. Born and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Mayweather turned professional in 1996, and by the early 2000s, he was already a global boxing icon. His immaculate undefeated record, razor-sharp technique, and unparalleled boxing IQ made him a dominant force. But his life outside the ring often rivaled his in-ring success. Mayweather became infamous for his over-the-top spending, public feuds, and repeated brushes with the law. Despite his legal troubles and polarizing antics, he continued to amass staggering amounts of wealth, headlining record-breaking pay-per-view events. Yet as the years passed, his financial empire began to show cracks. From mounting legal issues to whispers of mismanaged wealth, Mayweather's story became one of both glory and looming downfall.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Which account? Which bank?
You have more than one account?
Absolutely.
I don't even have one account. Give me the amount of money you have in one of your accounts.
200 million, 300 million.
Dollars?
Yeah, in different account.
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back when he addressed the growing scandal. "I've seen the documents. I've spoken to the insiders. Floyd Mayweather is in serious trouble," he declared, locking eyes with the camera. Smith revealed that Mayweather was not only facing an enormous IRS lien but had also taken out multiple loans against his properties and was reportedly several years behind on tax payments. Making matters worse, several of Mayweather's business ventures had collapsed, sparking lawsuits from furious investors. Perhaps the most alarming revelation was that Mayweather had allegedly begun liquidating his assets in secret, selling off rare luxury cars, high-end watches, and prized jewelry collections to cover his ballooning debts. Smith emphasized that the Floyd Mayweather the public knew, the man who proudly spent millions in a single day, had suddenly gone silent about his finances. That silence, Smith argued, wasn't just strange. It was a loud signal that the Mayweather empire was collapsing behind the scenes. His long-standing issues with the IRS weren't new, but insiders now suggest his notorious 2017 tax delay, when he claimed he lacked cash before the McGregor fight, was just the surface of a much deeper financial crisis.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, oh, it's pretty much this isn't. There's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match.
Well, I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody's talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still, to this day, claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
Stephen A. Smith soon dropped another bombshell. Official documents confirmed that Floyd Mayweather owed more than $52 million in back taxes spanning 7 years, from 2015 to 2022. This revelation stunned the sports world and financial experts alike, not just because of the colossal figure, but because it had remained hidden for so long. According to Smith, the IRS was no longer sending warning letters. They had frozen Mayweather's domestic accounts and launched an aggressive hunt for his remaining assets. Sources close to the federal investigation confirmed this wasn't a routine collection, it was a sweeping effort to trace every dollar Mayweather had ever earned, spent, or attempted to hide. Financial analyst Chris Wan explained that once tax debts cross certain thresholds, the IRS doesn't just audit, they essentially take over your financial life. They track every purchase, every bank account, even gifts to friends and family. When Mayweather spends $1, the IRS wants to know why it didn't go toward his tax debt, one said. He warned that Mayweather's spending history had turned into a minefield where every transaction could be flagged as suspicious.
Well, there may be another reason Floyd Mayweather has agreed to fight Conor McGregor. ESPN reporting that Mayweather, get this, still has not paid his taxes for 2015. We don't know how much money Mayweather owes, but he's asking the IRS for a break. Until the fight, the end of August, Mayweather made about $220 million from his fight with Manny Pacquiao. That was back in 2015. He's expected to make about that much for the McGregor fight. Maybe he should stay retired and pay his taxes.
Yeah, pay taxes. Usually that catches up with you if you don't do that.
Even before Mayweather fully embraced his Money Mayweather persona, flashing diamond-encrusted watches and showcasing private jets on Instagram, there were early signs his financial empire was dangerously unstable. Despite grossing over $300 million in his iconic fight against Conor McGregor, reports soon surfaced that he still owed millions in back taxes. Fans were baffled. How could the self-proclaimed richest athlete in the world face financial collapse? The answer lay in the double-edged sword of his brand. His excessive image attracted record paydays, but it also forced him to maintain an impossible lifestyle. Behind the bravado, Mayweather reportedly borrowed $2 million just to cover a fraction of his tax debt, revealing that while his assets appeared vast, his cash reserves were alarmingly low. This wasn't the story of a financially savvy investor, it was the story of a man trapped by the image he built, dangerously balancing on the edge of financial ruin.
Yeah, Eric B. were at, from Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E, he needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy, he owned Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy, they said, yo, loan me $2 million, I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing business.
What unfolded next wasn't a single misstep, it became a pattern of financial recklessness. Instead of building a sustainable financial future, Mayweather doubled down on a life of extreme extravagance. He owned multiple mansions across Las Vegas and Miami, traveled in custom private jets, and filled his garages with Bugattis, Ferraris, and Rolls-Royces. But even as his wealth appeared limitless, insiders now say he consistently neglected basic financial responsibilities like taxes, business liabilities, and long-term investments. Behind the scenes, his financial foundation was crumbling. Insiders claim Mayweather spent tens of thousands per week gambling, sometimes losing hundreds of thousands in one night. He was known for placing enormous sports bets, with little public acknowledgement of his losses. His enormous payroll, bodyguards, drivers, chefs, personal assistants, and more burned through millions annually. Each flashy social media post widened the gap between public perception and private reality.
With each flashy Instagram post, the gap between perception and reality widened.
The money I still got, the jewels I still got, the cars I still got, the mansions I still got. You either motivate it or you hate it. Either or, it doesn't matter. Walk with me, let's talk. I got 9 toys right here. I got the 488 Ferrari. I got the Maybach or the Maybach, whatever you want to call it. I got 7 Rolls Royces right here. I like to call it Lucky 7. So you either motivate it or you hate it. My lifestyle, Money May. I'm the money man. Remember that.
Perhaps the most shocking part isn't that Mayweather was spending, it's that he couldn't stop. Financial analysts say the real issue was his refusal to scale back, even when it was clear he was mortgaging his future just to maintain the illusion of limitless wealth. His ego, tightly tied to the Money Mayweather brand, wouldn't allow him to downsize. This reckless cycle eventually caught the attention of the FBI. Leaked documents and informant reports suggested that many of the assets Mayweather claimed as liquid were heavily leveraged or dramatically overvalued. His lifestyle was being funded by future earnings, speculative business deals, and the assumption that the Mayweather brand would always keep him rich. When the FBI dug deeper, they reportedly found more than just tax problems, they uncovered questionable business dealings that raised new legal and ethical concerns.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back.
The moment that truly rocked the public came when a former friend and business partner, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, spoke out. Their relationship wasn't just friendship, it was business. They attended high-stakes fights together, launched joint ventures, and navigated the world of celebrity as close allies. So when 50 Cent publicly accused Mayweather of blowing his fortune, people paid attention. In a viral interview, 50 Cent said bluntly, Floyd blew through his money. Jewelry, jets, gambling, strip clubs, it all added up, and now he's broke. This wasn't a journalist speculating, this was someone who had seen Mayweather's spending habits up close. The rapper laid out Mayweather's repeated pattern of reckless financial decisions, a lifestyle now under FBI investigation.
believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically, it trademarks the term of it because the entire corporation is built up. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because it's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up with a conversation? I don't even care.
According to 50 Cent, the core issue wasn't just spending, it was Mayweather's mindset. Floyd treated his money as if it were endless, dropping millions in a single night at Las Vegas strip clubs, placing outrageous sports bets, and purchasing watches worth more than most people's homes, all without regard for taxes, investments, or financial security. What made 50 Cent's words cut even deeper was how they completely shattered the image Floyd had carefully built. For years, Mayweather presented himself as invincible, a man whose wealth and success couldn't be touched. But now, 50 Cent's candid account painted a very different picture, a man addicted to the performance of wealth, desperately clinging to his crumbling empire while the FBI closed in. His public downfall wasn't a random twist, it was the result of years of unsustainable excess.
Oh, what they doing?
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's fucking time. It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of pressure. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone, Isaac.
Right, because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing fan. Even Floyd, when you make yourself, like we got issues over here, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money going.
So the money's really going?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
It took been 2 years.
Day to day, month to month, like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's going. Trust me. Now it's like call him, he'll be at your local host. In a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Wow. Now obviously, this is 50, so we have to take everything he says with a grain of salt, but that sounded pretty credible to me. Now without trying to give away who it is, I have met someone who is directly within the Floyd Mayweather circle, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, he spins like an absolute madman. And I'm not just talking about a mansion and some sports cars. I mean multiple mansions, multiple cars, and not even just different cars, because he does have a bunch of different sports cars.
By early 2025, the walls were closing in. Between the escalating FBI investigation and mounting public doubt, Mayweather appeared to make a calculated move to salvage his image. He announced a sizable donation to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, a gesture that grabbed headlines and temporarily recast him as a philanthropist. For a brief moment, the narrative seemed to shift, perhaps Mayweather was trying to give back. But the goodwill quickly unraveled when fans and reporters discovered an odd detail. While the charitable work was supposedly happening in LA, Mayweather's own social media showed him living lavishly in Dubai during the same period. Photos and videos surfaced of Floyd dining in gold-plated restaurants, staying in ultra-luxury suites, and flaunting his signature extravagance. The glaring contradiction raised serious questions about whether the charitable gesture was genuine or merely a PR stunt to distract from his deepening financial and legal troubles.
This comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers vs. Mavericks game, but before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. This is the only photo they have of Floyd Mayweather. being at the game. And once again, this comes as everyone is saying he is stuck in Dubai. There isn't any other photos of Floyd Mayweather in the United States except for this one photo. And then we have another article saying this week TMZ and Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked claimed Floyd had been spotted in LA passing out money to homeless people and attending the Clippers game. But then Floyd posted on Instagram and Instagram stories that he was still in Dubai. It says after Jason Lee shared a picture of Floyd sitting courtside at the Clippers game, Floyd posted a picture of himself geotagged in Dubai, and I believe this is one of Floyd Mayweather's most recent Instagram posts right here. It also says he then shared videos on Instagram stories of his Dubai.
What's your take? Has Floyd Mayweather finally met his toughest opponent outside the ring? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss the next update. We'll see you in the next video.